This is trade planning with options. Katie's going to show you cycle analysis in gold and then show you how to determine the strikes for an iron condor. She does a great job on this.
Hi, this is Katie with askSlim. This is Trade Planning with Options on February 8th, 2024. Today we're going to look at an options trade idea in gold futures. First, our legal disclaimer: the options trades that I demo and follow up on are trade ideas. When I talk about closing, adjusting, or managing them, I'm simply educating around management techniques, best practices, theories around risk management and profit taking, and highlighting aspects of options trading that we encounter as we follow these trade ideas. This disclaimer is specifically related to options trading. For full legal information, please go to the askSlim website or email matt@askslim.com. Let's get started. This is the weekly chart of gold futures, ticker symbol /GC. And on the bottom, you will see this blue dominant 45 bar cycle that is broken down into minor thirds. This dotted gray cycle is for silver futures. Now we are in the rising phase of the second minor third cycle. Momentum, as shown by the reversal scout, is still negative, quite flat, perhaps beginning to curl up a little bit. So that's an overview. Now we're going to switch over to the daily chart. Here you will see that we are coming out of the daily cycle timing window into the rising phase of this cycle. Our reversal scout has turned positive right here, and our slim ribbon has improved from negative to neutral. Now, this prior cycle retraced down to the 78.6% fib. That's this green line right here. When that happens, that means the probabilities favor not being able to take out the prior cycle high, which is why we have this projection right here to about the 78.6% fib, and then a higher possible projection up to the prior cycle peak. But in general, this is very range-bound price action, and for that reason, we are going to be looking at a neutral option strategy with a slight skew to the upside as a nod to the fact that we are in the rising phase of two cycles, both on the daily chart here and on the weekly chart. The tastytrade is our preferred options trading platform. From the askSlim homepage, please hover over the Marketing Partners tab and click on tastytrade. That will take you to a page where you can learn more about them, and if you decide to open an account with them through our link here, that will help you with a special bonus, and it will also help us, so please do check that out. So here is gold futures loaded into tastytrade. IV rank is 10.6. That's relatively low. However, it is difficult to do a neutral strategy with long premium. So we're going to look at short premium in this March 25th expiration cycle and see if we can collect enough. March 25th aligns with the end of our current daily cycle. I'm going to set up an iron condor, which is the sale of an out-of-the-money call spread and an out-of-the-money put spread. Now, where to place our short call? Our prior cycle peak is right around 2120. I'm going to give a little extra room, again, in consideration of the fact that we are in rising phases on both the weekly and daily time frames. So I'm going to sell the 2125 call. Now, as far as where to place our short put, we have a 50% fib level on the weekly chart right around 1990. So I'm going to sell that put. Oops, let's get rid of that. Sell the 1990 put right there. Now, if you have a large account size, you can stop right here. That would be a strangle. I'm going to buy further out of the money options on each side to define our risk and create an iron condor. You can make yours as wide as you like. I'm going to demonstrate a $10 wide spread. So I'll buy the 1980 put and the 2135 call. Now that nets us a credit of $3.10, $3.10, that's max profit. Max loss is $6.90, or the difference between the width of your spread and the credit collected. If we go up here, we can see our risk graph. We want gold futures to move around inside of this range. We have a slight upside skew with a little more room to the upside than the downside. That's our options trade idea today. I'll update the options trade idea tracker with this trade idea, and we'll follow up on it again next week.
I also want to follow up on Katie's great work here, looking at our momentum tracker, so we can get a good feel for how that whole group might be doing, and take a look at that little longer term look at the conditions of gold. Gold here, you can see GLD is what we're looking at here on the ETF. We're showing this as slightly bullish. And it says here also conditions suggest intermediate correction is likely ending and the dominant longer term trend is likely to resume. So when you have slightly bullish, you don't have a lot of upside pressure. You have some. Market has been in correction. So Katie's analysis of the market holding in a range makes sense when you look at this in the gold market. Let's just take a look here at directional bias in the group, and you can see in here that a lot of these stocks are in bad shape. Newmont, very bearish. Pan American Silver, very bearish. The silver itself, very bearish. So these readings are bad, and they really need to begin to improve before we can get any real upside. You can see how these gold stocks are just really in bad shape. Right there. Is there anything positive in here? We're going to switch over, and you can see you have some slightly bullish in gold fields. And of course, there's the GLD, Wheaton, precious metals. That one is slightly bullish also. And you can see intermediate, long-term, short-term. And our directional bias ratio has got 50% of these stocks as negative and only 13% is positive. So you have this yin-yang going on of the overall conditions in the gold and silver market, showing that they're in a correction, but maybe going to turn up soon. But they have work to do, and this whole group in here has some important work to do. If you want to just take a look at like a chart here on Newmont, and is this one has telling you that it's been negative? Absolutely. Here, all of these readings have been negative here, saying that there is not likely to get a lot of upside. So for longer term holders, this is really going to need to start to improve, and this is going to take a lot of work to be able to do that in a stock like Newmont. The overall conditions, as you could see, not looking very good. Let's just take a look here as we switch over to the short term and see if the short term conditions are what they look like, and they're even worse, as you can see looking at that. So short term, it looks really bad on here. Long term, you can see the ratio not much better there, and overall, this is just giving you a sense that it's going to be hard to get any real big moves right now in this metals markets. And I think Katie's got really that right approach, looking at the gold market, looking at an iron condor. So she did a great job in showing you where those strikes should be on the iron condor, and really impressed with that work. So great work on that.